Hello, my name is Aubrey Cahagan, and I was born and raised in Overland Park, Kansas. I spent a lot of time going down to the Country Club Plaza in Kansas City, home of the City of Fountains. And of all the fountains and statues around Kansas City, it is the Giralda Tower that always catches my eye. The Giralda Tower in Kansas City is not the original. The original can be found in Seville, Spain. The urban developer J.C. Nichols was visiting Seville when he saw the Moorish tower made in the 12th century by the architect Ahmed bin Basso. Upon his return, he decided he was going to build a small replica of the tower. In the same year that the tower was christened by the mayor of Seville, the two became sister cities. Jesse Clyde Nichols was born in Olathe, Kansas in 1880. He attended the University of Kansas and received his second Bachelor of Arts degree from Harvard. It was in Kansas City where Nichols found 60 acres of land that he purchased. Nichols had a fascination with Spanish architecture. He traveled to Spain where the ideas for its development began. After much work, the Giralda replica was built and completed in 1922. When I first looked at the Giralda, I noticed the symmetry and balance it holds. Each side is symmetrical and identical. All have a balcony along with two sets of 3 columns. In addition to the symmetry, the structure uses regular lines that are straightforward and clear-cut. These lines are easily seen throughout the building and are used to make a lattice structure. The shapes, just like the lines, are also regular and geometric. The majority of the figures are either squares, diamonds, or rectangles. The vertical proportions and the pointed arches in the window frames demonstrate a Gothic influence. The function of the building is not only to be appealing, but to be a reminder of our twin city and the hardship they overcame. Overall, the composition of the structure is consistent and all the parts work together to form a single object. Space is an important part of the architecture, and while the Giralda in Kansas City is half the size of the original, standing at 138 feet, it is one of the tallest buildings in the Country Club Plaza. It doesn't take up much square footage, but it cannot be missed if you were anywhere near the plaza. The Giralda in Spain was completed in 1198, but in 1356 most of it was destroyed by an earthquake. The building was rebuilt, and the Giralda we see today was completed in 1568. Because it was built during the 16th century, it uses mannerism. It contains Roman influence, as demonstrated by the marionette dressed in Roman attire at the top of the tower. In addition to Roman architecture, the Giralda structure is primarily Islamic. The framing around the balconies is pointed and represents the Gothic style that could be seen in Mannerist architecture during the time period. While there are some Islamist and Muslim characteristics, Christian influence can also be found. Before the earthquake, Seville was taken over by Christians. When it was rebuilt, Christians put their own signature on it by replacing bronze spheres at the top with Christian symbols. The Christian symbols are called Tanahas and represent the Christian faith. The frieze of the clock also contains a Bible verse that marks the Christian influence. The Kansas City Giralda has the same style as the one in Seville, but the history is different. It was the end of World War I and everything was growing, which assisted in the building of the Giralda replica. It contains the same manneristic ideals, but another element is added with it being located in the United States. It creates a new feel as the United States has its own stamp on the structure. Because it was built in the 20th century, and because it still contains the broad mix of European influence, the structure is an example of Mediterranean revival. The original Giralda was built for Muslims and later converted to a Christian bell tower. The marionette symbolizes the Muslim religion and calls them to prayer. Its tall structure is meant to draw the viewer to the skies, which is a reminder of God. While the Giralda in Kansas City may not hold the same religious importance, it represents their love for culture. On the top of the Giralda is the figure of faith, also referred to as April. She stands 7 feet tall and is made of bronze. With the garland around her head and sleeveless flowing gown, she appears to be angelic and can be seen as a symbol of endurance. Overall, both Giraldas hold religious and cultural significance to their city. The structural building is more than just another tower to those who live in the Kansas City area. It is a monument that represents the joining of two cities. It's a beautiful piece of work that represents the architecture for which the plaza is known. The top of the building where April stands catches my eye the most. She seems to be beckoning all of us to our youth. It serves as a lasting reminder of the unity between Kansas City and our sister city of Seville. I chose this structure because it represents home and reminds me that we can find hope in even the smallest things. I never miss an opportunity to go to the plaza and see the building that makes me realize there's more to this world than what society leads us to believe. Kansas City may not be the biggest destination spot, but for those who grew up here, the plaza is a place where we can see the world. It is a reason for me to be proud of where I come from, and a reason to be proud of being a Kansas Cityan.